I know a plumber who did a side job for a friend. It was an easy Saturday morning install. He made $500 cash. That's $500. But you know what? That cost him his license, his truck, and nearly put him in jail. Today, I'm going to tell you why cash on the side is the most dangerous money that you can ever make. For the apprentice and journeyman watching, you think you're being entrepreneurial, but you're actually walking into a legal minefield. For the homeowners, you think you're saving money, but you're risking your home insurance and your property value. Now, I'm Roger Wakefield, and we're going to talk about the dark side of the side hustle. And guys, don't let me make you think I'm perfect, because I have done side work when I was young, but I realized the day that I made a mistake, it could have cost me a fortune. I'd actually changed an angle stop on the person's house next door to my sister's. Now, I knew them, and man, I went over there and I wanted to help them. I really didn't even charge them that much. I just wanted to really help them. But they're like, no, no, no. Look, you've been here, you've done this. So they did. They gave me $100 for like an hour's worth of work. And it was great. I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. The problem is that night, that angle stop came off. Now, they wanted to go back with the compression, and apparently I didn't tighten it down enough. At the time, God, I think I was an apprentice. I may have been a journeyman, but just started out. And I knew what I was doing, and why I didn't go back and check it or double check it, I'm not sure. But guys, we all think, wow, you know what? This is just one thing. This is not hard. It's easy to do. I made a mistake. But first, let's clear up a massive misconception. You have your journeyman license. Congratulations. That proves that you know how to do the work, but it does not give you the legal right to sell the work. Now, in most states, if you contract for a job, some states over $500, some states any job, labor and materials included. If you do this without a contracting license or a master's license or pulling a permit, you are committing a crime. Now, you aren't a businessman, and in the eyes of the law, you're an unlicensed contractor. Now, those of y'all that get upset with handymen or people without licenses doing plumbing, you're doing the exact same thing if you're doing side work. Even if you have that plumbing license, you are not a master plumber. You are not pulling permits. You are doing work illegally. Now, that is no different than a random guy off the street who doesn't even have a license, because you're doing the exact same thing you get mad at them for doing. You think I'm being dramatic? The state licensing boards are not playing around. They run sting operations every single week around the country. They rent houses. They call numbers from Craigslist or Facebook or anywhere else, and they invite you over to bid the work. And sometimes it's just your friend saying, oh my gosh, I know somebody that can do that. And they'll put your number in, and you think, hey, you know what? Okay. But when they invite you over to bid and you go, the moment you give a price without that license, you can get arrested. And to be honest, you should. You get mad about other people doing work without a license, but that is exactly what you're doing. Now, your mugshot goes online. Your career's effectively over, because now every time they go to the state board site and look up your license, if there's a discrepancy, your name comes up and it shows it on your license. Is that $500 water heater install worth a misdemeanor on your record? Is it worth having that permanent discrepancy on your license? I'm just asking. If you're a plumber in here and you've done side work and you did something wrong and almost got in trouble, please put a comment down below. Let other people learn. Look, I've messed up. Once that angle stop blew off, I realized, man, I don't want to do this again. I was scared to death. But let's say you don't get caught by the police. Let's say you install a dishwasher and 3 days later, the supply line bursts. It can happen. It could be a faulty product. I think that's what was wrong with the angle stop, because when I took it apart, I noticed that there was a problem on the threads. I didn't know that whenever I first put it in. I didn't recognize it. But say that bursts and it floods the entire kitchen the living room, their whole downstairs area is flooded because that water line just started spraying. It burst, it ruptured. The homeowner calls their insurance company. It's the first thing they do. Well, the insurance company pays them, and then they come in and investigate. And when they come in and investigate, they say, wait, where's your receipt for the dishwasher you had installed? When they find out that an unlicensed worker did the job, they come after you. It's called subrogation. They will garnish your wages. They will seize your personal assets. They will drain your bank account. There is no corporate veil to protect you. You are personally liable for every penny of damage. Say that they had hardwood floors and now it's $40,000 to replace them. They want that money and they want it now. Now, let's talk about the ethics behind it. If you are taking calls that come into your boss's company and diverting them to yourself, now it's also theft. And I've had plumbers that did that. I've had plumbers that went out, bid jobs, quit with me, and then went back and said, hey, you know what? I can do this job cheaper. Yeah, I know y'all do that. If you're using your boss's van, his gas, or his truck stock, his fittings, his acetylene, anything at all, you are stealing from the person who pays you and helps you pay your bills. If you get caught, and hopefully sooner or later you will be fired for just cause, and you will be blacklisted in this industry. No reputable plumbing company wants to hire a thief. They don't want to hire somebody that they know is going to steal from them. Now, I'm not telling you this to crush your dreams. I want you to be an entrepreneur, but I want you to do it the right way. Don't be just a side job Bob. If you want to run a business, get your contractor's license, get your insurance, form an LLC, pay your taxes, build a legacy, not a rap sheet. The transition from worker to owner is the hardest, but it's also the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. But you can't cheat your way there. If you have that itch to run your own show, stop doing it in the shadows. Now, I made a course specifically on starting your own business to teach you how to make the transition legally and profitably. We cover licensing, insurance, pricing, how to leave your current job with integrity. Don't risk your future for quick cash. Click the link below to learn the business side of plumbing and build something real. Now, if you're a homeowner or a DIYer, and maybe you see a plumber and you're like, hey man, can I just get you to come do this on the side? You're liable to be responsible for that too. But if you are that plumber, whether you're a master working for someone, a journeyman, or even an apprentice, because I've seen all of them advertise and do side work. Guys, it's not worth getting yourself in trouble and having that big asterisk on your license for the rest of your life. Guys, look, if you know a plumber, whether he's a master, journeyman, apprentice, it doesn't matter. If you know one doing work on the side that could be jeopardizing his future, please share this video with them. Maybe they just don't know what they don't know. And now that you know the risks of side jobs, check out this video on the only 3 questions to ask before starting a plumbing business. I'm Roger Wakefield, and I'll see you in the next video.